All right.
Let's go.
All right.
Looks
Welcome
good.
in, everybody. We are live here with Jern uh, for the order reveal. Um, College football, we are about a week into it and getting ready for the NECF inaugural team draft in 2 weeks from today. Um, you want to start? You want to say anything?
Yeah, just welcome in everybody. This is exciting. I didn't think this day would ever come because for I think about 2 weeks, it felt like 2 months was passing as we were waiting for this game to drop and we were waiting to see what it was like. And there's been mixed reviews so far about kind of the menus and some issues, but in terms of the actual gameplay and the fact that I get to play as a college team again, I think it's been really nice and really fun. So we're all excited, and I know we're all giddy and ready to get started. And I just want to thank everyone so far for all the interest and all the ideas that have been passed through to try to get this thing rolling and get this thing going smoothly. We're working on the back end to make sure this does kick off well. And this is the first step, so we're all really excited to be able to do this and bring you some duck races and see where everybody's going to be able to pick in 2 weeks.
Perfect. So, for anyone that is new here, um, and doesn't know how we do it, we like to do duck races. I believe that is something that JB Pack started last year, or
Correct.
maybe 2 years ago
Correct.
now, for the order reveal. I think it's only fair we start at the back end. We start with the tier 7 with the recruits.
I think so as well. Just to explain a couple things before we get started. First of all, after we do the duck races, we're going to announce some things about what teams are going to be available and team builder info for those that are interested in doing that. So stay tuned until after we get through the ducks for information on that. But in terms of the actual duck races, so how we've done this is we've sectioned out everyone into different tiers based upon their experience and rank in the league. So the newcomers are at the bottom. I'm sorry, guys, you got to start at the bottom like the rest of us did, and hope you get lucky within your own ranks. But we'll do 7 different duck races in order to see who is going first in their selective tiers. So, for example, if you're in that bottom tier recruits, the highest you can be is 29. If you're in that returning sophomores, the highest you can be is 26, and so on and so forth. So we'll do that as we go up. I think we decided we made the first tier, the very top tier, a little bigger this year. I know in the past we had done conference committee or competition committee, whatever it was called, as kind of a tier of its own. We kind of wanted to open it up, make it more broad, and allow people who have stuck it out for this long and are truly committed members of this league to have a chance to have that those top picks. So we've done that. Which should make for a very interesting 13 duck race, and I'm very excited to see that one pop off. That's how this is going to work. We're going to put all your names into a website that randomly assigns you a duck, and then we press go, and then there's a random winner amongst that race, and whatever the order is will be the order for the draft that we have on August 4th.
Yes, so we're gonna start with the recruits. We have Grossface Killa, Hitsticks, Goat Me, and Dat Kid Shit. Here in race number 1, we are going to do a 2-minute race. We have colors and costumes on.
2 minutes. Ooh.
Got it.
Let's
Got
do
it.
let's do uh let's do 1 minute.
One
That's a
minute.
long race.
1 minute. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna change this down to 1 minute. Let me try and just going to crop this a little bit better. As we had some OBS issues to start the stream, things got a little bit screwed up. So we're going to shuffle characters a couple times. And without further ado, the first duck race is underway. And if
There we go.
the audio needs adjusting, please let me know. As I see the duck noises are not coming through.
It's good to me. We have Hit Sticks in the 2 lane. Goatney is number 3, Grossface Killer as number 1, and Dat Kid Sheed as number 4. Just want to say welcome to the league, the 4 of you. We had well over 15 people apply that were new to the league. You guys made it because you had good vibes, and we liked your answers to the responses. So we're very excited to get you guys in. I know a few of you know other members of the league and that vouch for you, which certainly helps. But we're definitely excited to see the engagement that we get from the newbies here. Hit Stick's making a move on the top, by the way. Sheed on the outside.
Look at that.
Wow, Sheed.
So Sheed is going
Should
to
show us
be-
the order if you click that trophy. I think.
Thank you. Yes, that's what I was looking for. All right. So
Yeah.
let me jump over here and
Sheed was first. It Sticks was second. Grossface was third, and Goatney was fourth. We're just writing that down really quickly. Sticks was 2, and Sheed was 1. Okay.
You're
Well,
writing
congrats to
this
Sheed.
down?
Yeah. I wrote
Okay.
down
Oh,
the
perfect.
order in the spreadsheet we have going.
Awesome. Okay, so we are going to go settings, edit list, and for the next one tier, we have Guru 0317 coming back, legit, BK, and none other than Sparrow. Also, Sparrow, appreciate you subscribing. Enjoy those emotes. Very Michigan State centric.
Mm-hmm.
So, these guys next. We'll get set. We will once again shuffle the 3 of you a few different times. And it looks like Guru is Joe Biden with that look.
R.I.P. to Mr. Biden today. I'd like to refer to this returning sophomores group as the controversy group, because all 3 of these guys have apparently been on the naughty list at one point in their careers. But here in the NECF, we're all about second chances. So we're excited to welcome these 3 guys back and see what they can do.
Pushing these ads as much as possible.
You have to look out here for the number 1 duck, who might start off to a hot start and then fall asleep and then trail behind.
Which it is fitting that that is Guru, as he is known to fall asleep at during games.
Yeah. And he's also his duck is also Sleepy Joe, so it's very fitting.
But he holds 3 this time, and Guru comes in first.
Wow.
Sparrow.
Here's one race Joe Biden can win. That's awesome.
Hey.
Good for him. All right.
All right.
So we got Guru, Sparrow, and Legit. Okay.
So that.
Well done, Guru. Way to race.
All right. So, next tier, the sophomores, KK the Destroyer and Easy Trey Sniper. Small group here battling for the 24th and 25th pick.
Indeed.
Although,
sure, it'll be competitive nonetheless.
Little mono-y mono. I don't know if I've seen a duck race like this before, so.
I agree. KK's a little flamboyant out here.
Yeah.
Captain says this just in, Guru quit mid-race. That's not true. It's not true this time. He is back with a vengeance.
Also want to shout out Dre and Derek G for coming in with the follows. You guys also get a few emotes. I'm sure Dre will absolutely love them.
Dre is now the #1 fan of the NECF, even though he's not in it. So
Yes.
we appreciate Dre for volunteering his cheerleader services throughout this cycle as we come up on it. Ooh, we got Sniper with a move on the outside here. Oh, no, KK comes storming back.
KK coming in, getting the 24th
Wow.
pick.
Wow.
Not a lot of returning juniors and juniors, as they are both locked into their spots. Eddie King picking at 23 and Q Benji picking at 22. So no duck races for those two. And then next up we have our seniors, Trey Bangs, Gamer Taz, and Timmy. We'll get you guys loaded in. Battling out who will get the picks in the top 20. Derek G says it is bald and diabetic. Appreciate you clarifying that. And once again, shuffle you guys up a couple times. Looks like we are we have the United Kingdom over here. We got their.
Ooh. Look at that! It's all three of them are British related.
Yeah.
We have a British MP, we have a king, and we have a royal guard.
Yeah.
Look at that. Sweet.
Trey Bangs off to the good start, so watch him fall back.
That's right. It seems to always happen.
Yeah. So do we speaking of Dre, do we have an over under of the month that he comes back? Is it like October?
What do you mean? Oh, and he tries to join again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it like October 2nd.
Yeah.
Like somewhere right around there. You know, Michigan's gonna get off to like a hot start under their coach Sharon Moore, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm feeling it now." He's gonna try to come back. So.
Well, I don't know if we need we need Michigan off to a hot start.
I agree. Yeah, I know you don't think so. That's for sure. This is a close one.
Yeah.
High money.
Ty Money coming in first, Gamer Taz in second, and Trey Bangs in third. That hot start can really get you.
It does. It seems to be a red herring every time we do one of these. Every time.
Okay, so second to last race of the night. Decent sized field. We're going to snooze that ad one more time. Shuffle it on up a few times. We have Baby Dick Swing, Random Bread Box, Captain Swag, McMurray, and Funk. A lot of returning guys who spent a lot of time here over the years.
Indeed.
Who took time off for various reasons and are making their return to the NECF.
Great.
Get this going. Looking good. No one really off to that good of a start. McMurray taking the early lead, barely over Patton.
I think Funk's going to come out and top here.
I was just thinking he's about ready to make a big move here.
He's saving the energy for the home stretch. That's what it is. And here he's making a move. Might be a little too early.
This is a tight one. Could go either anyway. Oh, Captain. Mm-hmm. Oh.
You're also, I think, 4 seconds ahead on the Discord audio for me. So. Oh yeah, Cap on the outside. Wow. There it is.
So you have Cap coming in first, Baby Dick in second, McMurray in third, Redbox in fourth, and fifth is Funk.
All right, should be good. Got it written down. Cap, Baby Dick, McMurray, Redbox, Funk.
Yep. All right. And the
big group.
Yeah, largest group of the night. 13. Have not seen a duck race with this many, so this will be a lot of fun to see how it goes. And one last time, we will shuffle the characters. And we will get the last race of the evening going. It looks like I'm Frosty. I don't know what that hat is.
It's kind of hard to read.
Yeah, Huss.
I think I'm an astronaut.
Yeah, you're an astronaut. Huss is out to a good lead. Nightblade coming up.
Wow.
You're kind of lagging behind a little bit, waiting, saving that
Yeah.
energy.
Right. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly.
VFL. Oh.
Ooh. Just sick. I fell out of the picture. I completely fell out of the picture.
Oh.
Just sick. Huss kind of holding on to that lead. Geo making a late push. And it's Geo.
Oh, wow.
So
Well done, Geo. There it is.
We have Geo in first, picking first overall. Huss second overall. VFL third overall. Comrade fourth overall. Jern fifth overall. Dre sixth overall.
Give me one second here. Sorry. I gotta write this down. We had Geo 1. Who was 2?
Huss.
Okay.
VFL third.
Okay.
Fourth is Comrade.
Okay.
Fifth is yourself.
Nice.
Sixth is Dre. Seventh is Jay Johnson.
All right.
Eighth is Just Sick Jr. Ninth is Diabetic. 10th is Reptar. 11th is Nightblade. 12th is Fontana. And 13th is me.
That's tragic. I'm sorry, man.
The one hosting comes in last.
Yeah. That's tough.
That's very tough. Diabetic says that he demands a redo, and I would love to do a redo. Trust me, you're
sure.
way ahead of me, and I would love to do a redo.
I'm sure. Anecdotally, though, I have. This is the third time I've been in one of these duck races in the NEFL/NECF, and every time so far I have finished last in my group before today. So I am very happy to not be in that opposite pole position of my group.
I think this is my second time in a duck race, and I believe I came in second to last time, and now I'm last this time. So my luck at some point has to turn around.
You're definitely due. You're definitely due. So I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. Just trying to write down this final list, and then I'll post it here in the chat of everybody 1 through 32. 3 was VFL, 2 Huss, and 1 was Mr. Geo. Mr. Geo. Let's see if this works. Nope, it did not. Discord just doesn't like me today. That's okay though. Yeah, so not too surprising. It'll be interesting. The good thing about college is that there's just not as many. There's more options than the NFL. So even if you have one of those lower picks, like you're still going to get a decent school, I think.
And I also think with college, I think there's a lot more personal connection to the team that you pick. You're gonna go for your favorite team, your local school that you want to rebuild, and stuff like that.
Right. Right.
At this point, give me Casanova High School. I have thought about doing the team builder route and making Cas College. I don't know if that's something you're interested in doing, hit sticks, um, because R.I.P. Cas College, which is where we both went to school. All right, give me 1 second. Just trying to get this loaded over.
All right, I just posted the order as I've captured it in the announcements channel and tagged all owner. Congrats to those who did well. So sorry for those that did not. Um, but that is the way it's going to flow on 2 weeks from now on Sunday the 4th as we get going. Now, you might be wondering, you know, what teams are available. We've had a lot of questions about how are we going to structure the team availability. And we actually put a lot of thought into this. Spartan, I know we talked quite a lot in the DMs about, how do we go about making sure we're not allowing people to take schools that are complete products already. We don't want to be in a situation where you're kind of just inheriting a built program and you're just going off and recruiting all the 5 stars that you can, satiate yourself with. So we tried to come up with a system in order to identify those schools that we wanted to not allow. Um, I don't know if you want to show the list, if that's possible on the stream.
Yes. What was that? Okay. All right. So let's try and get. That's not gonna work. Okay. So going down the list, a lot of these teams you will expect not to be allowed. Alabama.
Okay.
Do you want to talk through the criteria first, or go through the list?
Yeah, yeah. So here's what we did. Our first bright line rule was no 4 star and above programs. So we just thought, that's close enough to the top. And looking at the school grades that these guys have, we just thought that was the mark or the indication where we should kind of cut it off. It wasn't a lot of teams in that group, but I think it was 20 total. I think there were 5 5-star programs and 16 programs that were 4 or 4.5 stars. So we went ahead and automatically excluded any school that was 4 star prestige or above to start. There were some outlier programs, though, when we looked at, what did that actually mean and what teams were going to be available. There were some outlier programs that were underneath 4 stars, but were more akin to those 4 star schools than other 3.5 and below schools. So we identified 5 more schools that are 3.5 ranked stars that we're not going to allow. And those schools are the University of Florida, NC State, Nebraska, Oklahoma State, and UCLA. And the way that we identified these schools is we actually did a detailed process where we evaluated the recruiting pitches available to all the schools. And we rank ordered them based upon an average. And those schools, those 5 that I just listed, stood out above the other 3.5 star schools where they're better rated than a lot of 4 star programs. So we decided to include them in the list of no-goes. So Florida, NC State, Nebraska, Oklahoma State, and UCLA. So that's our second criteria. It had to be below a certain point in the recruiting abilities that we decided. The next criteria is we said no programs that are currently ranked within the top 15 in the top 25 poll, mostly because those teams are pretty good off the rip. We didn't want to have somebody come in and automatically have a gameplay advantage based upon roster. It's really condensed in terms of the team ratings, and I don't think there's much difference between the top 10 through the next 20 or 30 teams, but we do have that type of limitation on those top 15 teams. No teams in the top 15. So that includes a 3-star program in Missouri, and I think a couple other programs that were arguably on the fringe, but we decided not to include them. And then finally, the last criteria that we had is if the program is ranked within the top 16 to 25 to start, you can only choose them if they're a 3-star program. So that rules out Missouri, Kansas State, and Kansas, but you can still select Arizona or Louisville. Shout out to Reptar. So that's what we decided on. We didn't want to have somebody in the top 25 and a 3.5 star. We're not really sure if there's going to be some type of recruiting advantage for starting in the top 25, maybe your championship contender grading. But we thought this was a good middle ground because the Arizona and Louisville didn't seem like great teams to begin with in terms of their recruiting grades. So we'll let you go ahead and choose them despite being in the top 25. But we'll post the list. We're going to post the list in the Discord channel, and we're going to tweet it out. So if you can refer back to that as you go forward. But it's basically, I think, 28 total schools that we're not allowing to be chosen, and the rest are fair game.
Yes. All right. So.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, we'll go through the list of all the teams that are not permitted. If that sounds right with you, Jern.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, Alabama, Arkansas, Auburn, Clemson, Florida, Florida State, Georgia, Iowa, Kansas, Kansas State, LSU, Miami, Michigan, Missouri, NC State, Nebraska, North Carolina, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Ole Miss, Oregon, Penn State, South Carolina. Did you make a mistake with Syracuse?
What's that? Is Syracuse on there? My bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a Freudian slip. Sorry, Sparrow. No, Syracuse should be good to go. Did I really?
uh,
Did I really? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. My bad. Syracuse is fine.
Syracuse is good. No worries there. Um,
Sparrow just shit himself, I'm sure.
yeah. Um, all right. Texas, Texas A&M, UCLA, USC, Utah, Washington, and Wisconsin. Those are the teams that are not permitted. So this list, this entire document will also be posted in the Discord and be able to be viewed at any time.
Sources are telling me that I accidentally wrote Tennessee as permitted, but Syracuse not permitted. That not permitted was supposed to be for Tennessee. Tennessee will not be allowed.
That looks correct. Looks much better.
Yeah. As much as myself being a Tennessee graduate and VFL being VFL, we would both love to beat Tennessee, but their recruiting grades are insane for a 4-star program. So
yes. And one thing to add to the recruiting pictures, we also we made sure to take out the ones that were going to change with the coach rankings or coach.
Right.
So
right, yeah, we eliminated the ones that were, I think it's coach prestige, conference prestige, and coach stability because those are going to change. So some schools have really good grades for those right now. So when our calculations and our formulas, we took out those 3 and we just used the ones that would stay the same after we get users in here. So a lot of science and math went into this, but I think it's going to be a good way to delineate between mid-tier programs and high-tier programs in terms of the long-term ability to recruit right off the bat.
Yes. So, what do we do all this for? We do it for the team draft. Let me change that and open that up. So, team draft, it is going to be Sunday, August 4th, 4 p.m. Eastern, right here on my Twitch. It should run a little bit smoother next time to start out. We've done in the past 5-minute pick times, so we're going to stick with that. As your pick approaches, we will DM you on Discord, I think we've previously done Twitter, but I think Discord is, the better way to go. So make sure you have those notifications on. You'll have a couple different options. You can reply right away and say, "This is who I'm taking." You can come on live through Discord voice chat, and you can come in and make your pick live on the show, and explain what went into your decision making this pick. Um, and if you are not going to be available, just send me a DM that day, preferably midday or so, and say if you're pick 23, send your top 23 picks, and we will make your pick as the top team that is available on your list. One more thing to add: if you want to come live on the show, um, shoot me a DM, and I will get you a Discord link um, to my Discord, where you will jump into one of the voice channels, and I will drag you into the private one to be heard on the show. Um, and the last thing regarding the team draft that I have is just make sure you come in, engage with other people, chatting away. We would love to have as much participation as possible. It's a really good way to start the cycle off with guessing and really get content going early. Jern, you have anything to add?
Nothing to add other than we're looking forward to it. I think joining the podcast to announce your pick live is always really fun. Being able to explain why you picked who you picked and to talk a little smack is always fun. I know that's something that I do every year is I try to get on and announce my pick live when it's available. So highly encourage everyone to do so. And if you're not going to be able to attend, please get us your list so that we don't have to spend time waiting for your 5 minutes to expire before we skip you. But yeah, we'll see you on the 4th. Looking forward to it. Hopefully, my hope. Some people are upset that we're waiting 2 weeks. I was originally upset that we were having to wait 2 weeks, but then I was like, this game is in a state where I think it could benefit from a patch. So if the extra time that we wait in order to start is going to be beneficial on multiple fronts in that respect as well. Hopefully, we get some gameplay patches that fit top 25 um, and what the limits on people being able to join. Hopefully that stuff gets smoothed out in the next few weeks. We always know when these games get released by EA, there's always some kind of gray area and waiting period where they fix the game breaking bugs where they apparently can't figure it out before they release the game to the entire universe. So hopefully our 2 week wait time will allow us to wait out those types of patch updates. Another thing I want to mention about the team draft is if you guys want graphics made about your top 5 or your top 8 or your top 28 or whatever, however you are, let us know. We can work with NESN to try to get you something in order to create Twitter engagement and things like that. Definitely play it up and engage on who you think you're going to be picking in the draft. We might do some type of mock draft or something through NESN. So any type of information you could help us with to glean where you're thinking and where you're looking to go, that would be helpful. Oh, one thing we didn't have on this outline, Spartan. Do we want to talk about how conferences are going to be set up?
So do you want to go through team builder stuff and then do conferences?
Sure, yeah, we'll do that first. A lot of people have been asking. We were kind of on pins and needles because there are a couple people in the admin team that were interested in team builders and just wanting to know the information about it. But EA did announce and did release on Friday that Team Builder was here, and it's kind of cool. The website is really functional. I've done some experimenting myself with Team Builder, and I know other people have as well. But we are going to allow people to use team builder squads in the NECF if they choose to, with some caveats. Similar to how in Madden, where you had relocation or custom teams. I know we had the Portland Snowhawks or whatever they were
Yep.
called, and before that, we've had the London was it the Bulldogs or something like
Bulldogs.
that. We've
Yep.
done this before. We're gonna limit it to people that are all American, which was the previous version of Legend rank. So you have to be the highest rank in the NECF in order to do this. But I think EA's announced that up to 16 teams can do Team Builder. So I think whoever wants to will be able to, as long as they meet the requirements. So if you're an All-American and you're interested in doing a team builder, you're certainly welcome to do that. So now, how does that work? If we have this team draft and you want to do a team builder, how is that going to work? What you'll do is you'll let us know if you're the type of person that's considering doing a team builder, you need to let us know ahead of time because when we announce it on the stream, we want to be able to put up your team name and your team colors that you're considering. So please, if you can, please let us know via Spartan's DMs by Friday, August 2nd, 10 p.m., whether or not you're considering doing a team builder in the actual draft, when you pick a team, you'll say, my name is, for example, my name is Geo. I'm the number one pick. I'm going to do a team builder. You're not just going to say I'm going to do a team builder. You're still going to have to replace a team. So the way that it works is EA doesn't let you put a team builder into the universe of teams unless you take another team out. So you're going to have to select school to send to the Shadow Realm. So if you wanted to be, out there in California, you would say, okay, I'm a team builder and I'm going to replace, San Diego State University. So then you would be San Diego State University. Your university would be in San Diego. You would have all of San Diego State's pipelines and their everything that goes with that school. You'd have their roster, their rivals, their coaching staff, and their school grades. Um, there is a way to edit your roster on the Team Builder website. I'm just telling you right now, we're not allowing that to be used. There's an option when you upload a Team Builder team to use a custom roster that you've created yourself or to replace the roster of the team that you're replacing. We are going to require you to use the roster of the team that you're replacing. So, be familiar with whatever team you're replacing's roster because that will become your roster in year one at your Team Builder squad. Do you have
Perfect.
anything to add, Spartan?
Nope, I think you did a great job covering it there. Um, and then, so for conference realignment, alignment, however you want to put it, um, after the draft, we have divided everyone into groups of four. We are going to create four conferences of 8 teams each. So
Mm-hmm.
that is to maximize the amount of uh, user versus user games. And the way we grouped everyone was by their NEFL career winning percentage. Um,
Mm-hmm.
we figured this was the easiest and fairest way to divide it up. Yes, they are different games, but at the end of the day, they're football games. So this should be able to make really competitive conferences. Um, and then we will run another set of duck races, and for each conference we'll run a duck race for the four conferences, and their finishing position will remain the same. So if the Big Ten finishes second, everyone that finishes second in the duck races will be going to the Big Ten, and so on for the other conferences. Anything you
Perfect.
wanted to add there?
No, we were trying to find a fair way in order to make sure we didn't have, one conference that was super strong and one conference that was super weak. The reason that we're doing four conferences of 8 users is because in the new playoff format, the top four ranked conference champions are automatically bid into the playoffs. So we're going to try to make it so that those four automatic bids become user teams rather than, a CPU team. If we were to all group into 2 conferences or 3 conferences, there would be that CPU team with an automatic bid. So we think this is the best way to spread that out. So basically, each year you'll have eight teams in a conference. Each conference will have 7 user games, and then for the 5 remaining games that you'll have on your schedule, we're going to manually set your schedules ourselves and we're going to make sure and do our best. Maybe it's not possible for everyone. You might have 1 or 2 CPU games. We're going to try to maximize the amount of user games that you have with users from the other conferences, so you're getting to play other people from other conferences, and you're not just playing the same 7 every year. And then, of course, there is a worry that you're not there. You're not going to have this much, cross play. You might play, for example, like Spartan and I are in different conferences. We might play 1 or 2 a cycle. Hopefully, the playoffs, because the playoffs are so expansive now, we'll be able to, have more of that cross conference play. But we think this is the best way moving forward in order to ensure that we have, a user filled playoff, and not some, CPU force win situations that pop up, which may still happen because apparently Alabama can go like 6-6 and still make the playoffs. But hopefully they patch crap like that out. So, but
Yes.
that's how we're gonna do the conferences and the CPU games. Hopefully, Balding Diabetic in the chat asks, how will CPU games work? We're gonna try to eliminate them as much as possible. We're not gonna let you play them if you actually do have a CPU on your team. You'll just get a force win, just like you did in the actual NEFL. But we're going to try to limit them as much as possible moving forward.
Perfect. Anything else you want to cover?
I think that's all I got. Looking forward to the reaction and seeing these top 8s and top 10s, and I guess top 5 for me. I'm pretty excited about that. So we'll get to work on that, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Yeah. So 2 weeks from today, August 4th, 4 p.m. We'll try to go live a couple minutes ahead of time, like I tried to tonight, to get any issues out of the way. There's a lot more screens involved with the duck races, which is usually what bogs down the OPS,
Right.
which causes the issues that I had this evening. So hopefully those will not be an issue in 2 weeks from now. But if anyone missed anything, this will be archived on my Twitch and also streamed it to my YouTube. So it will be on Twitch for, I think it's like 14 days, and then YouTube, it will be there forever. And I will put it under the other NEFL guessing stuff that I've done on my YouTube. But
Great.
other than that, just want to say thank you again, Sparrow, for the sub, and Diabetic and Dre for the follows. Appreciate y'all and the support. Apologies if anyone had any ad issues. But like I
Yeah.
said, you will be able to go back and watch anything you missed. And other than that, we are going to call it, and
Right.
we'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you guys.